Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Absolute Biopharma. I am your host Pallavi. On this channel you will find the content related to biopharma world, jobs, interviews, exams, trainings and a lot more. At the end of the video, if you like this video, do hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel if you are new to this channel. So in my cell culture series, I have discussed about various types of cell culture media, various type of cell line, then the type of contamination that are present in animal cell culture, and finally I am going to discuss how to store the cells, that is cell banking and storage. So let's begin the video. So in this video I am going to discuss what is the cell bank, what are the types of banking system, banking procedure, then cell bank storage and the principle behind the cell bank storage, and the applications of cell banking. So what is a cell bank? Cell bank is a collection of appropriate containers whose contents are of uniform composition stored under defined conditions. Each container represents an aliquot of a single pool of cells. So next comes the banking system. How many types of banking system are there? There are basically two types of banking system, that is MCB and WCB. MCB stands for Master Cell Bank. It is made first usually directly from the initial clone or from preliminary cell bank derived from initial clone. A working cell bank is derived from one or more containers of MCB. It is the WCB which is typically used to directly provide cells for the manufacturing process. So how the cell banks are made? The procedure include the banking system, the source, the media, subculturing, vial labeling and vial storage. These are the various steps through which the cell banks or the cryo vials are prepared. If you see the banking system, it has MCB and WCB. So for both we need a source vial. For MCB the clone is the source, and for WCB MCB is the source. So the source vial will be there. From the source vial we will allow the cells to grow in the growth media, and after the cells are allowed to grow, then the subculturing is done. After subculturing, the cells that have divided, they are allowed to be filled in the cryo vials, that is the step called vial filling. After the vial is filled, then we will come to the next step, that is vial labeling. It is very important to label the vials properly for the identification of cell line and the cell concentration. Once the vial labeling is done, then the vials are stored in the liquid nitrogen container at -196 degrees Celsius. The cell vials can be stored in the liquid phase of nitrogen or can be on the vapor phase of nitrogen. It will be according to the demand of the cell line. Growth media. Growth media is a solution containing all the essential nutrients, growth promoters, energy source that will help the cells to grow. So to know about the various types of growth media, you can click on the I button and you can have a look on my last videos, that are animal cell culture part 1, part 2 and serum free media. From those videos you will get an idea what is a growth media. Now we will come to the DMSO. DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide. DMSO is a major ingredient in the growth media which will help the cells to survive for a long period of time in cryopreservation. So if we see DMSO, it is called a cryoprotectant that is used in cell bank storage. When added to the media, DMSO prevents intracellular and extracellular crystals from forming in the cells during the freezing process. Without a cryoprotectant, these crystals cause cell death, thus rendering the cells useless. So next comes the vial filling. If you see in the figure, there are two vials. One is 1.5 ml and another one is 1 ml vial. So according to our need, we will fill the vial with the cell concentration that is required. So here if we see the vial, the cell concentration is 1 to 5 million of cells in 1 to 5 ml of media. So here the concentration of cells is 1 to 5 million and the volume is 1.5 ml. Now comes the labeling. Vial labeling is very important to identify which type of clone is there, when it is prepared, till what time it is safe to use, the cell concentration and the volume. So If we see the vial labeling, these all are the details that should be mentioned on the vial. So first is vial number, then comes the vial code that will be according to the organization. When the vial is prepared, what is the concentration of the vial and what is the volume of the vial. These all are the necessary details that should be present on the vial. Next comes cell bank storage. Now we have seen what is cell bank, how it is prepared. Now we have to store the cell bank. So for vial storage, we need to understand what is cryopreservation. If we see chaos means frost. Preservation in the frozen state. So if we see cryopreservation, it is defined as a cell storage process that is in frozen state. So it is a process in which the cells are stored at very low temperature without damaging their structural integrity and viability for a long period of time. So cryopreservation is based on the ability of certain molecules to enter cells and prevent dehydration and formation of intracellular ice crystals, which can cause cell death and destruction of organelles during the freezing process. So two common protective agents can be used, that is DMSO and glycerol. If we directly put the cells or the cryo vials in the cryo tank, then the cells will get shock and they will immediately die. So the instrument that is used to freeze the vials in a controlled rate is controlled rate freezer. This instrument will provide the stepwise cooling of the vials so that the cells won't get any shock and they will be freezed properly. The main principle of freezing lies in slow freezing and fast thawing. So in this freezing system, the liquid nitrogen is delivered into the instrument or the closed chamber in which the cell suspension is placed. In general, the cells are taken from the room temperature to -90° in a controlled rate freezer. The frozen cell suspension is then transferred into liquid nitrogen freezer, maintained at extremely cold temperature with nitrogen in either the vapor or the liquid phase. So let us see some of the applications in which, other than in mammalian cell culture laboratory, where the cryopreservation is used. So first is in hematopoietic stem cells, which are found in our bone marrow and peripheral blood. In autologous bone marrow rescue, hematopoietic stem cells are collected from patient's bone marrow prior to the treatment with high dose chemotherapy. Following the treatment, the patient's cells are cryopreserved. Following the treatment, the patient's cryopreserved cells are thawed and infused back into the body. This procedure is necessary since high dose of chemotherapy is extremely toxic to the bone. Next application is in the case of leukemia. Their blood cells are cancerous and cannot be used for autologous bone marrow rescue. As a result, these patients rely on cryopreserved blood collected from umbilical cords of newborn infants or on cryopreserved hematopoietic stem cells obtained from donors. Again, a very important application of cryopreservation is in vitro fertilization. So here the cryopreservation is used to freeze and store human embryos and sperms. It is especially valuable for freezing of extra embryos that are generated by in vitro fertilization. So it has a very important application in IVF. So this is the last video of my cell culture series. Hope you liked all the videos in my cell culture series, and do share your valuable comments in the comment section below. So in my next upcoming videos, I am going to start with the what is a biologic drug, how it is prepared, how it is manufactured, what are the backbone of the biologic drug production, amino acids, proteins, antibodies. So these are few of the topics that I am going to discuss in my upcoming videos. So stay tuned to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe so that you will get to know about what is biopharmaceutical industry, and you can boost your career by getting the ideas from my video. So if you like the video, then do hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like my video. It will help motivate me to prepare more and more videos. So thank you for watching and have a great day.